Sitting on the Mount of Olives, maybe with a premonition, or maybe wondering if it all seemed to be approaching, was really the undoing that Jesus dreaded. He talked to his disciples about the coming end. He made the point that when the world changes, God comes, which is different from saying that when God comes, the world changes. He talked in poetry of a collapsing world to come. Collapsing worlds always offer the opportunity to meet God in a new and unexpected way. Our own deaths are undoubtedly the most dramatic and the most drastic, but also the death of someone we love, a church in transition, shifting roles of women and men, a computerized age with video games, and empty nesting, retirement. All these are big readjustments, and that's what the Son of Man asks. For a second time, or maybe a third or a fourth time, sometimes we feel as we go through all these changes that we're in a fog, as if Jesus were coming in the clouds. Most of us struggle mightily to keep our worlds from collapsing. We've worked too hard to set them spinning in orbit around all these personal suns and moons. Yet sooner or later, they always do collapse. Maybe because they've lost their momentum. Maybe because we've lost our energy. Or maybe that's just the way it's meant to be. Whatever the reason, those are moments when God comes riding into our lives. November seems to be a month set aside for our worlds to change. Weather forecasters note that November is the second cloudiest month of the year. I'm not sure I want to know which month is the cloudiest. Sometimes it's easier if we don't know, which is why some of us avoid going to doctors, or others of us tend not to do our yearly taxes until the final day. Sometimes it's just easier to live in a fog, which is another word for a low cloud, which is also about living in a different sort of world. Jesus speaks of our worlds changing. Can we draw closer to Him?